Hey guys, SH here, and today I'm gonna talk about the G2A4 rifle or the battle rifle. And yes, battle rifle is different than the DMR, and I know these two guns are both semi-automatic, but it is more appropriate to call it as a battle rifle because battle rifle is like a assault rifle, but it's kind of like in a semi-automatic way, so it fires more accurately and has a more high damage, and that's what exactly this gun does. This gun has a very high damage, and what I mean by high damage isn't like a bolt action sniper which has a 500 damage up close. It's not like that, but it is typically a lot higher than the normal assault rifles or the SMGs in the game, and that's G2A4. Well, so you can unlock this gun at level 18, and let's just jump right into the stats of this gun real quick. So this gun has a very high damage of 99 up close, and then it's gonna drop down to 66 at a distance, and the range drop is between the 25 meters to 42 meters, so you should be able to maintain that 99 damage until the 25 meters, and then it's gonna drop down to 66 until the 42 meters. So the range drop up is very steep, so you probably don't have to worry about that too much. So typically between 22 to 42 meters is gonna be the ranges that you're gonna be engaging people mostly with, so you're not gonna have to worry too much about that. And because this gun has a very high damage up close and a very good damage at a distance, it's gonna take between 3 to 4 shots to kill. But here's the kicker though, if you can get at least one headshot to the enemy in a close range, you are pretty much guaranteed to get that one shot kill. Well, so this gun has a headshot multiplier of 2.4. That is crazy because typical assault rifles or the SMGs have a headshot multiplier of 1.4, but this gun almost doubles the amount. So as long as you get that one headshot in a close range, you are guaranteed to get that one shot kill, period. That's a really special trait about this weapon. But one thing to keep in mind though is that after that 25 meters, you're not gonna get that one shot kill benefit. So if you see a guy in a close range and you think you can get a headshot with it, just go for it, because maybe they might just kill a guy in one headshot. Now if you go against other Titans, it's only gonna deal damage of 25, so I would never gonna recommend you going against other Titan because, you know, it's just not worth it. And then if you rodeo guy, it's gonna go up to 220, but still 220 is not enough because a lot of Titan has a huge amount of health. Well, even the Strider has a total health of around like 5,000, so 220 is not gonna worth it. And since this gun has a very low magazine size and a rate of fire, I really do not recommend you going against the other Titan with this weapon. Now for the rate of fire, it's very slow, which fires at 420 rounds per minute. Well, this is a semi-automatic gun, so you can only fire up to 420 rounds per minute. But there's a modification called the match trigger mod, which actually eliminates that rounds per minute cap, and it makes it pretty much unlimited rounds per minute. Pretty much as fast as you can click the trigger, it actually fires at that rounds per minute. Well, that sounds pretty good, but here's a trade-off though. Instead of getting 14 rounds total, well, this is 14 rounds, this is the total rounds of this weapon, and instead of getting 14 rounds, you're getting 8 rounds total. So you're pretty much losing almost half of your rounds, so 8 rounds is kinda in a very low size. So if you wanna engage guys between close to medium range, using a match trigger mod can be a good choice with the combination of the quick reload perk. And if you guys don't know what that is, it actually allows you to reload 30% faster. So if you combine a quick reload perk with the match trigger mod, it can be a pretty deadly choice to go, but the 8 rounds you're gonna run out of the ammo extremely quickly. Now for the recoil of this gun is actually very low because since this is a semi-automatic gun, as long as you control that fire, control that burst, you're not gonna have any problems with it. As long as you try to, you know, control that fire, you're pretty much gonna be good to go. Now for the magazine size of this gun is actually pretty low size. So it has a total rounds of 14 rounds with a 9 spare magazines. And if you put extending mag on, it's gonna go up to 18 rounds with also 9 spare magazines. Well, extending mag is a very good choice to go since it extends the rounds up from 14 to 18. That's 4 more rounds, so that is a pretty good choice, especially for the engagements where you needed the extra shots to kill. That 4 rounds can actually make a life or death difference, so that's a pretty good choice to go if you want to go around with that. And there's also, like I said, called the match trigger mod, which allows the gun to fire in pretty much unlimited rounds per minute as fast as you can click the trigger. But that's gonna have a trade-off of instead of having a 14 rounds, it's gonna have 8 rounds with also 9 spare magazines. But if you still want to go ahead, just use it with the quick reload perk and just go ahead. If you can actually faster than the 420 rounds per minute, it can be pretty worth it. Now for the reload time with this gun is pretty slow, which takes 2.2 seconds with one in the chamber and 2.64 seconds empty. Usually typical SMGs take about 1.8 seconds to 2.2 seconds is actually in the very slow side in terms of reload time. So what I recommend recommend you is, like I said, using quick reload kit. That's gonna help you tremendously. Well, not tremendously, but by around 30%. It's not like a Call of Duty rate reduces by 50%. So, but still, it is a very good choice to go. And that reloading time, if you actually run out of the ammo while fighting with the enemy, and the enemy also ran out of ammo, you're gonna have that 30% of advantage, and there's gonna be a chance that you can get a kill easily while the enemies are reloading. So yeah, quick reloading perk is a pretty good choice to go if you want to reduce some of the reloading time. So yeah. Now for the aim down size time, it's a little bit worse than the average, which takes 0.28 seconds zooming in and out. Typical assault rifles zooms in around 0.25 seconds, and the SMG zooms in around 0.2 seconds. So it's kind of in the slower side, but you're not gonna feel that much difference because it's only 0.03 seconds difference. But one kicker though is about the zooming out time, which also takes 0.28 seconds, and typical guns it only takes about 0.1 seconds. So the only thing you're gonna feel is a zooming out time. So make sure you aim down sights a lot more frequently than other guns, because even in the close range, you're gonna need the accuracy to get a headshot in the close range. So always aim down sight as frequently as possible with this gun. Now for the hipfire spread, the hipfire spread is in the very average side, but it's still bad, especially when you're moving. It is a little bit worse than the average, but other than that, it is really good. But still, I really do not recommend you hipfiring with this weapon, because like I said, this is a semi-automatic rifle in the game. Semi-automatic rifle, if you faster than the 420 rounds per minute, and still 420 rounds per minute is in the very slower side of the gun. So hipfiring is not going to be a good choice to go. Even in a close range, if you see a guy, try to aim down sight and try to go for a headshot. And if it's an extreme close range situation, just melee a guy and you should be pretty much guaranteed to grab that kill. Now for my recommendation, I'm going to recommend you using the holo sight other than the iron sight or the HCOG sight or the AOG sight, because holo sight, I think this is one of the most versatile choices to go, especially when it comes to the medium to long range engagements. I feel like AOG sight, the 2.4 times sight zoom, I think it's just too much, and HCOG sight, it can be a pretty good choice to go if you want to engage guys between close to medium range, because it has a zooming level of 1.85, but I feel like it is kind of too little. I feel like I just need more zoom levels, and I think 2.1 times sight, I think it's just a pretty much good choice, especially this weapon is designed to engage guys between medium to long range. 2.1 times sight is a really good choice to go. Now for the modification, any modification should be very good with this weapon. Extended mag is really good, match trigger is really good, except for the trade-off of the ammunition size, but other than that, it's all good. Even with the suppressor, as long as you get that headshot, you are still guaranteed to get that one-shot kill in close range. So even when using a suppressor, this gun can be a really deadly choice to go. So I think the gameplay is coming to the end here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this was at least useful to you guys, because without this, what is the purpose of making this video? So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace!